I shouldn't even address the machine shop. Now, I know what you're wondering with all this stuff behind me. What is happening with Mount Vernon's real estate market right now? Well, we're going to talk about the month of May 2026 versus May of 2025, since it's somehow June already. So we're going to talk about active inventory on the market, like the amount of homes overall on the market. And that, as we've been talking about month over month, year over year, has been increasing. So in Washington State as a whole, inventory is up 16.8%, meaning that in May of this year versus May of last year, there's 16.8% more homes actively for sale. And in Skagit, that number is even higher. It's 28.6% more active inventory, active amount of homes on the market this May versus last May. This is where it gets really interesting, and that's pending sales. So that's homes that are getting under contracts with buyers. So they're actively on the market. Now they're under contract. So May of this year in Washington State, there was 1% less homes that went under contract versus May of last year in 2025. In Skagit County, the number's a little bit different, which is very interesting compared to last month as well. So this month, May of this year, 2026, there were 17.8% more homes that got under contract than May of last year, which is interesting because if you remember my last month's update talking about April year over year, that was also up much more than the previous year. That was up almost 30%, which brings us to now closed sold homes. Because in Washington State, sold homes were down about 3.9%, meaning in this May of this year, there were 3.9% less homes that sold than last May. But in Skagit County, that was down actually 8.2%, which you have to remember is very interesting considering last month's our pendings were up year over year. So that means the market's very volatile. So if we have more homes going under contract, but less homes closing, that means there's a lot of volatility. And that means a lot of those deals are falling apart once they're under contract with a buyer. Again, so Skagit this month, May of 2026 versus May of 2025, there were 8.2% less homes that sold. Now, the median sales price for Washington State is down about 0.8%. So almost 1% down year over year. So May of 2026 versus May of 2025. In Skagit County, it's about the same, down 1.1%. And then the last thing, of course, is you have more homes actively on the market and less homes closing. That means you have more inventory. Last but not least is months of inventory. That means obviously you have more homes on the market and less homes closing. There's more months of inventory. Months of inventory means that if no new homes came on the market, how long it would take for everything to sell at its current sales rate. And in Skagit County, there's 3.7 months of inventory in May of this year versus last year's 2.6 months of inventory. So that's it. That's Skagit County year over year for May of 2026 versus May of 2025.